Hello everyone and a warm welcome to Mobile World Congress Americas. I'm standing here in the Ericsson booth ready to give you a tour right before the show starts on the second day. My name is Cecilia Attevall and I'm heading up marketing and communications for networks at Ericsson, including 5G. And it's a pleasure for me to be able to bring you behind the scenes before the show opens to tell you a little bit what we're doing here and then go into the future of transport and how it will have to look differently as 5G arrives. So first of all, as you can see here in our booth, it's all about 5G. The theme of the show for us is Be 5G, and we're substantiating this through our different areas. Let me start here, Be Experience. So this is one example where we have been running together with AT&T, Intel, Fox News, and MediaKind, a live 5G session to enable viewers to get 4K video directly from the 7th hole of the US Open directly to their consumer televisions. And with this one, we can enable a much more cost-efficient way to run live broadcast shows from all across different venues. So if you walk with me over here, you can see that we also run areas like Be Home with how 5G will enable fixed wireless access to the home. Over here, you can see how we help our customers be first with 5G. And on this nice little model over here, you can see how we actually show different scenarios for how 5G can deploy, depending on the assets that our customer has and what are the needs when they want to go for specific use cases. On the wall right behind me here, we have our crown jewel of our portfolio, the Ericsson radio system that is actually ready to run 5G since 2015 with just a software upgrade. But today we're here to talk about transport and how all these new use cases for 5G will increase the demands for well-functioning transport networks. So please join me over here as we're meeting some colleagues of mine who are experts in the area of transport. So first of all, we have Jawad Mansour, who is heading up portfolio strategy at Networks, and also with Hemant Malik, who is heading up the product line for transport. So with this, I would like to start by asking you actually, Jawad, what's so different about 5G and how will it impact transport?
Thank you, Cecilia. So, during the launch last week, we talked about how the new use cases are driving a lot of changes in 5G when it comes to architecture. And the same goes for transport, really. If you look at horizontal, or if we start from the vertical segment, looking at end-to-end services with different requirements when it comes to capacity and latency and throughput, and then the same holds for the horizontal segment, where different radio functions have their own requirements in order to enable the full potential of 5G. And we typically talk, Cecilia, about the 5 challenges or the 5 C's. So one of them is capacity, where we see an increase of 50% year over year. So this is a lot of increase in the network that needs to be managed. We talk about connection density. So when you go to millimeter wave, you would require further nodes in the network. We talk about complexity and capability when it comes to use cases. We look at different quality of service and the slicing as well. And last but not least is the cost of operation. That things need to make sense both technically and from a cost perspective for operators. So in order to pull it all together, it's very important that the core, the transport, and the radio layers of the network are glued together in order to achieve that potential of 5G.
Thank you so very much, Jawad. And I have to say, it's great to see all of the interaction going on there. You seem to like our show and our booth, and I'm very happy about it. Keep it going like that. So from all those demands that 5G will put on the transport networks, let's look a little bit how we as Ericsson are addressing that. So with that, I would like to hear from you, Hemant, a bit about what you have over here in our portfolio and how we are addressing the needs for 5G in transport.
Thank you. A warm welcome to all of our viewers to the transport area of Ericsson booth. So as Jawad mentioned, the 5 challenges which RAN networks are going to put on the transport networks. How we are trying to address is we are trying to leverage our intense knowledge on the radio side of the networks and what they need from the transport, and that's how we are building our transport portfolio. Starting from here, if you see some members of our router 6K family, they are capable routers of delivering very high throughput from a very small form factor, very dense very high dense port density, as well as the radio requirements of synchronization, high accuracy in synchronization, quality of service, as well as the embedded security. And not only that, so I think we have got around 60 contracts already for these devices for the 5G transport. Coming on to now the microwave. So wherever you have fiber, you have routers, they work in backhaul. And coming out to microwave, we have a 10G capable microwave working with the E-band, which is a complete layer 3 capable, and it can support all the flexibility of outdoor deployments, split deployments, as well as long haul deployments. So along with E-band, it can deliver 10 Gbps, and the latencies in microwave, as you know, Cecilia, they are better than the fiber network. So in nutshell, all the flexibility, and we have close to 110 contracts already with this new 6600 microwave platform, which can deliver 5G capacities. Then we move on to, I think, the front haul portfolio, which is optical as well as E-band microwave based. So the portfolio is very dense. It can support up to 28 services, which can optimize the fiber, very low latency. It can support CPRI and eCPRI services seamlessly. And again, the flexibility of deployment, as I said, with the RAN services, it can work very closely with the radio deployments, all outdoor pole mounted, as well as integrated with the street macros. So in a nutshell, the portfolio, which you are seeing, is our capability of building a radio near product. We have embedded into the transport portfolio for delivering end-to-end 5G performance.
Excellent. So let's come back to that with our strength in the radio near portfolio of the company. I see that you have a lot of thumbs up. There is love coming to us. We love that. We will love you too. Please also remember there will be a Q&A session at the end. So do also keep your questions coming already at this point. First of all, I have a question for you.
Sure.
We talked already about how Ericsson is the leader in the radio near transport, and you show us all the great things that you have up here for the show. But how do we complement that for the other parts of the transportation of the IP routing for edge and core?
Yes.
Could you tell us a bit about that?
I think very relevant question. When we talk about performance of 5G and enhanced end user experience, as well as efficient delivery and the cost, as the challenges Java talk about, it's very important to have seamless end-to-end connectivity or transport from radio network all the way to 5G core. So how we are doing is, when we discussed about our in-house portfolio, which is radio near, then if we go towards the core, for the 5G core, you meet the edge as well as the transport core layers as well. Yeah. So what we have done is we are leveraging we have integrated with Juniper at this moment for having edge and core portfolio into the 5G end-to-end platform.
Right.
So we are working with an MX platform as well as the PTX platform for delivering end-to-end all the way from access to core transport services, right? Another area where we work with our capable partner Juniper is end-to-end security. As I told you, the products that we have built actually have embedded security as well. Right. But then we integrate with the security capabilities of the SEC Gateway or GI firewall from Juniper. Then it's a seamless end-to-end portfolio, and now it delivers end-to-end flexibility, deployment flexibility, as well as performance efficiency.
Excellent.
So that's how. I think we should actually go to Manoj.
Yes, so let's talk to Manoj, of the Chief Product Officer of Juniper. So warm welcome to us here in our booth.
Thank you, Cecilia.
Thank you. So tell us a little bit how you see this partnership with Ericsson, please.
The Ericsson-Juniper partnership is all about bringing a differentiated end-to-end solution, mobile transport solution to our customers. And it's already resonating very well with our customers, all the way from the cell site to the core of the network.
And we already heard from Hemant a bit about your portfolio. You're very proud, and we are too, of our MX. And you're also moving in with us not only on the IP routing for the edge, but also the core, as you mentioned, right?
Yeah, before jumping into the portfolio, as Javad talked about 5G, it's all about a fundamental paradigm shift in the type of applications, we can deliver. Virtual reality, augmented reality, to, industrial IoT, to even, remote surgery. So these applications require, minimal latency and a high quality of experience. That's so right. To deliver that, you need a tight alignment between the radio network, the transport network, and the core network. Right. So this is what we are bringing together with Ericsson's mobile portfolio and Juniper's IP optical transport portfolio, all managed together with a single pane of glass coming from Ericsson's network management and orchestration portfolio.
Exactly.
So that is what we're bringing together.
Yeah.
Regarding our core and edge platforms, they're industry-leading platforms. For instance, our MX series platforms, which we are showcasing here, which has been the leading WAN edge platforms in the industry, both in terms of performance as well as programmability. And recently we announced our 3 rack unit form factor MX 10003, which is really ideal for distributed edge telco cloud applications, which again is really paramount for powering 5G. And if you look at our PTX platforms, which are the WAN backbone routers, they've been again best in class in terms of the price per bit in the industry. And recently we announced our PTX 10002, which again is a 2 rack unit solution, which has multi-terabit capacity in a 2 rack unit solution. It really packs a punch in that small form factor.
So we have a lot of great boxes together, and we have integrated them to work smoothly also with our network management and orchestration, as you mentioned. So how would you see this partnership playing out in real life out there where the customer is interested to actually buy from us together?
So from a customer point of view, it is paramount that we are one company, one team, right? So from a go-to-market point of view, we are tightly aligned across Ericsson and Juniper. So it's one team from a go-to-market point of view. In terms of the portfolio, we have minimized the overlap between the two product portfolio. So we have a combined solution which is managed together by the Ericsson network management solution. We're bringing it all together, packaged with a complete end-to-end security solution too, because 5G is all about higher speeds, higher connections, new applications. You need to protect end-to-end. So the Juniper SRX portfolio combined with the Ericsson portfolio in mobile portfolio and the Juniper transport portfolio brings a complete solution which simplifies the overall 5G solution for our customers. So that's what we're excited about.
Exactly, including the very important security aspect, as you also mentioned, right?
Absolutely. So the SRX platform is industry-leading, firewall platforms, and they've been capable of providing great GI firewall functions, roaming firewall functions, security gateway functions, and more importantly, as we go into telco cloud and distributed edge applications, it provides the virtualized and the containerized form factor of SRX2, so we can actually deliver micro-segmentation needed for the data centers as well as the telco cloud opportunities.
Great. So we're soon moving over to the questions and answer session. So please keep your questions coming as we move over and ask Heman to join me again.
Sure.
So
thank you again.
We were talking about our portfolios and how they really come together in a combined way with our Ericsson network management and orchestration solution, right?
Yes.
Do you want to comment more on this?
Yeah, surely. I think to have an end-to-end enhanced user experience as well as reduce complexity for delivering efficient 5G services, it's very important to have a common SDN control and a common network management platform. So what we have achieved here is, along with the partners product, is that we are having a common Ericsson network management system, which delivers end-to-end management as well as SDN orchestration services. So that from a service provider's perspective, they see one network all the way from RAN through the transport to the 5G core, and it's simple, easy to operate, and helps them faster time to market as well as reduce the total cost of operation. So it's a key component of that.
Do you have any examples of how we have actually been successful together in helping our customers?
Yeah, surely. As we said that if we talk about our portfolio, we already have 60 router contracts, 110, microwave 5G contracts. But I think together with the partnership, we already have a success. I think the recent announcement from Swisscom on September 7th actually is a showcase of our collaborative approach where we are working with the operators, right? So the 5G transport network that they announced, they're working with us and Juniper it consists of the routing platform from 6K platform from Ericsson, as well as the PTX platform and the SRX platform from Juniper, tightly integrated by Ericsson network management platform, as I said, for management as well as orchestration. So it's a proof point straight away.
For the full part.
Yes.
And do check out that press release that we had with Swisscom on September 7th for that great solution. So I see that we have a couple of questions starting to come in.
Sure.
Please keep them coming and we will address all of them during this session. So I think I have a little bit delay of your questions here in the nice Facebook stream, but I do have one already.
Yeah.
Given that both of the gentlemen here actually come from India too.
Oh.
So I would like to have from Yitendra Sahu, is any customer ready to deploy 5G in the Indian market? What would you say about that?
So I think we are seeing the early signs of 5G in India.
Yeah.
There are a lot of activities happening with the universities as well as in the industry domain for testing and trialing and all.
Yeah.
I think the spectrum from a government perspective, I'm not an expert on 5G spectrum, but what I know is that the government is thinking of actually auctioning the spectrum of 5G in a short, I think in a few quarters or maybe next year. So after that, I think the activities are going to pick up. But at this moment, there's a vast and huge 4G deployment happening in India, as we all know.
That we know.
Yeah.
And standing here in North America, in the US during the session, of course, I have to mention how we really have the big news coming out this week from all our big American customers that they are ready to deploy 5G with Ericsson. So we have a question on why isn't Ericsson developing all the transport products ourselves? Why do we need partners?
Exactly. I think as I mentioned before, right, our strength is our knowledge of RAN networks, right?
Yeah.
And wherever we are leveraging our knowledge and the strength in the RAN networks to the transport components, I think we are investing heavily in it. And you can see the full portfolio all the way from front haul to the routers to the backhaul and the microwave.
Right.
And I think then we need to leverage on the capabilities wherein best-in-class partner products from Juniper. They are extensive deployment of edge and core solutions, and as Manoj was mentioning, in 2 rack units is packing so much of capacity. So we are complementing each other's capabilities, right? Rather than heavily investing in a domain where we don't have a strength, or they investing in a domain where we don't have a strength. So we are complementing each other's capabilities, delivering and stitching a solution together, which actually can deliver right efficiency and performance to our customers.
Yeah. So if I would ask the same question to you, Manoj, what is Ericsson bringing to the picture for you? You see the same match there with our portfolios, right?
I couldn't have said it better than Hemant, actually. You know, Ericsson has core strength in the mobile networks, and we have core strength in the IP transport networks. So bringing the core competencies of the 2 companies together in a way our customers can benefit, that's the best solution possible, right? I think so that's the way we approach it. And leveraging both the solutions and having a common single pane of glass to simplify the problem for our customers. And at the end of the day, we want our customers to benefit from the huge potential which is 5G has to offer, and how we can come together in terms of the complementary portfolio. We're working together with minimal overlap. At the same time, in the field, there is a tight alignment and interlink too, right? One of the successful parts of this portfolio for this partnership is that this is kind of bottom up. The field is very excited about this portfolio. It's not purely top down, right? So there is excitement in the field in this joint portfolio, bringing it to the customers. And we already have, not just Swisscom, multiple customers super excited about this partnership.
Great. Thank you so much. We also have a question coming out, so thank you, and it's a great partnership. It goes into the roots, right? But we also do have other partners in our portfolio. So we have a question here that Ericsson is working with several partners now. Which partners will provide products for which area is a question from Maria.
Okay, thanks, Maria, for the question. I think as we are talking about the end-to-end 5G transport, the key components are, front haul, backhaul, edge, and core transport, and then the underlay optical layers. So the front haul, the backhaul, the microwave front haul, as well as the aggregation is in-house from Ericsson, along with the overall network management and orchestration.
Right.
Then we are strengthening our portfolio with the partnership from Juniper on edge, core, and security layer. So this completes an end-to-end IP transport. Talking about the lower optical transport, there we have announced a partnership with ECI recently, where we partner with them for the optical layer, and the products are actually being demonstrated there. So the lead solution with ECI will be in the metro optical space, and we are already partnered with Ciena for the long haul optical space. So this is in a nutshell the whole ecosystem, and this delivers end-to-end 5G transport.
Thank you so very much. So with that, I'm just scrolling to see if we would have any other questions. Do keep them coming. We could stay another minute or so if you like and have questions to answer or to have asked to us. Let's see if we have anything else coming in. I love all the thumbs up. I love all the hearts. Thank you so much for engaging with us today. And do share this video with friends too if you would like them to have a look at it too.
So one last question if you want.
Yes, please.
It's coming up.
So
On the how do we simplify this for our customers?
yeah.
If you look at Juniper's vision, it's all about engineering simplicity. We live in a very complex world today, and 5G is going to make it even more complex. So we want to make sure that our customers can benefit from providing that, from us and Ericsson providing that simplified solution. So this includes, simplifying the portfolio, having a common set of chassis for, the MX series, the PTX series, and the QFX series, for instance. It involves a common operating system across all of these, different platforms. It involves Ericsson and us coming together with a common overlay architecture and a common overlay management. Again, the customer has to find it super simple. So how do we, engineer simplicity for our customers in this complex world so they can deliver the 5G applications, which is going to drive more revenue for them so they can benefit from that. They don't need to worry about the complexity of the network. We need to provide the automation frameworks to simplify it, and that's what Ericsson and Juniper are bringing to the table.
Thank you. We also have a question here about some other partnerships, so we should address that one too. So there is a question about the Cisco partnership, and what would you say about that one in the area of transport specifically?
I think Cisco partnership, I would say, is still live and kicking. In transport space, especially, there were some overlaps between our products, which we build as the radio near products, as well as the Cisco products. Yeah. So I think here we have exclusively partnered with Juniper, but I think as both organizations, we are working on, and we announced that previously, as we are working on wider innovative areas where we can work together in the partnership and have a successful partnership here. But at the moment, for the transport space, we have partnered with Juniper to deliver end-to-end 5G transport.
That's great. And we have one final question to end this up, and I'd like to mention this myself. So we have a question, what are all the major 5G operators Ericsson is working with? And we're so happy to say that also AT&T announced Ericsson as their partner for 5G during this week. Before that, we already had deals announced with Sprint and T-Mobile and Verizon, and also with the European operators of Vodafone and Swisscom. So thanks so much, everyone, for joining us during this Facebook live stream, and please join us back for the next session coming up soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Cecilia.
Thank you.
Thank you.